I don't know you, but I'm going to describe your life using 4 words, no more, no less. And I guarantee you, it will be perfect. Ready? Work, buy, consume, die. Did I miss anything? Look over what I said again, and you'll see how it applies to everything. I mean, when was the last time you sang? When was the last time you danced? Are you creative? Do you do these things? Or do you get vicarious thrills from watching someone else get it in, thanks to this whole socialist mead thing? Are you seeing where I'm going with this, my friend? How many people do you know whose personalities are completely off the shelf? I mean, back when hipsters were the in thing, this dude sued a online magazine because he said that they'd used a picture of him without his authorization. When he took them to court and they did what they did, it turned out it was actually a model. And everyone laughed because it showed how generic and Control-C, Control-V they are. I mean, you must have seen that Miss Korea plastic surgery gif where all of their faces are identical because they've all been surgery to hell. Don't you think it's super sketch? I mean, you ever known anybody that's just had one plastic surgery? Just the one. It never happens, does it? You know what I mean? They get a nip, then a tuck, then this, and then that, and then they end up looking like a circus freak reject, because all of them do. I mean, look at this Ozempic trend. You know what I mean? If I'd said, like, a few years ago, fat people aren't attractive, people would be up in arms. But it's true. In this modern day and age, fat people are not attractive, but back in the days, whew, it was a status symbol. You know what I mean? If you had them rolls rolling, they'd be like, oh, look at you with your fat ass. I need to be like you. Nowadays, it's a different thing, and everyone wants to be thin. But the thing is, the way they're doing it is so unnatural because these fools are walking around with like abs and whatnot, but their faces look like zombies. Now, the odd thing with this is when you mix it in with what I said about plastic surgery making everyone generic and how, I mean, look, I can prove it to you actually, just in case you think I'm straight up tinfoiling. Every single movie that comes out these days is a reboot or retread. There has been no new innovation across anything, and handily this all happened at the same time the internet kicked in. This was proven recently where they said that the latest generation are a whole bunch of dimwits because they're brain rotted from inception. Now, I'm not saying this as a diss because I strongly suspect these will be the ones that revert to dumb phones and go offline and start like riding bikes and going out and, you know what I mean, just doing the old things again because they realize this ain't it. I mean, look, if you like me or an 80s jit, you'll comprehend that we competed to run the block. Do you know what I mean? You have beef with the other kids from over there, and that, you know, you had your streets, you knew what you did, and there was a position. Can you imagine the tension that goes into that when you are now fighting globally for attention? You go online and you look at who's getting it in and who's doing the numbers in traffic, and 9 out of 10 they're attractive. They're either attractive or they're completely different. They've got a whole different vibe and edge to them, which nobody else can replicate. But mainly it's looks because it's a visual medium. I mean, in one of my articles, I showed you the sigil of Lucifer and how it matches perfectly with the way light is processed in the eyes. And isn't it strange how he's the light bearer? And then if you read the Bible says the ruler of this world. You know what I mean? So you've got these principalities and all of this kind of stuff kicking off because this is just tying the past few videos together into a narrative which you can take apart and put together again because, like I said, you should always aim to prove me incorrect and not believe a thing that I've said because I'm speaking to you from my reality tunnel. And that is this point where we're going to stop the vid, and the next thing we're going to dive into is this concept in and of itself. Till we meet again.